Dealing with toxic family and friends can be draining, but it's something we all have to do at some point in our lives. Here are 9 Stoic ways to cope, designed to help you navigate these challenging relationships without losing your peace of mind. Please subscribe to Stoic Vogue to elevate your life and cultivate higher-order thinking. 1. Identify toxic behaviors. The first of the 9 Stoic ways to deal with toxic family and friends involves a keen eye and a bit of introspection. Identifying toxic behaviors. Now, this doesn't mean you need to turn into Sherlock Holmes overnight, but it does require some observation skills. Here's what to look out for. Constant criticism. If you're always the punchline of their jokes, or they never miss an opportunity to belittle your achievements, you're dealing with toxicity. Manipulation. This can be subtle, like guilt trips, or more overt, like blatant lies. Either way, it's toxic. Lack of respect for boundaries. If they're constantly meddling in your personal life or can't take no for an answer, consider it a red flag. Negativity. Are they always complaining, criticizing others, or spreading negativity? That's classic toxic behavior. It's important to note that everyone can exhibit these behaviors from time to time. We're all human after all. But if they're a consistent pattern, it might be time to set things right. Remember, recognizing these behaviors doesn't mean you're judging the person. It's simply about acknowledging the reality of your situation. After all, you can't solve a problem if you don't know it exists, right? Number 2, set clear boundaries. Moving on to the next, that is, setting clear boundaries. Consider this. Would you let someone walk into your home and make a mess without saying a word? Probably not. Yet many of us allow people to do the equivalent in our emotional lives. That's where setting boundaries comes in. Setting boundaries means letting people know what behavior you accept and what you don't. Sounds simple, but it can be tough. If you're not used to asserting yourself, it might feel uncomfortable at first. But remember, your peace of mind is worth it. Here are some steps to get you started. Know your limits. Identify what actions or behaviors make you feel uncomfortable or drained. These are your boundaries. Communicate. Let the person know, politely but firmly, what you will and won't tolerate. Stay consistent. It's easy to let things slide, especially with family or close friends. But inconsistency can lead to more boundary violations. Setting boundaries isn't about controlling others. It's about taking control of your own emotional environment. And it's a key part of the 9 Stoic ways to deal with toxic family and friends. It may take time, but with practice it becomes easier. And trust me, the peace of mind is worth it. Number 3, practice emotional detachment. So you've identified toxic behaviors and set clear boundaries. What's next on our list of the 9 Stoic ways to deal with toxic family and friends? It's time to master the art of emotional detachment. Emotional detachment isn't about becoming a cold, unfeeling robot. It's about not allowing others' actions and words to dictate your emotions. It's about responding instead of reacting. Here's the thing about toxic people. They thrive on drama. They'll try to pull you into their emotional whirlwinds. But remember, you don't have to join the ride. Here are a few steps to help you practice emotional detachment. Develop self-awareness. Notice when you're becoming emotionally entangled. Is your heart rate increasing? Are you starting to feel angry or upset? Recognizing these signs is the first step towards detachment. Pause and breathe. When you notice these signs, take a moment to calm yourself. Deep breathing can be a great tool here. Choose your response. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to decide how you want to respond. Implementing these steps may seem challenging at first, but with time, they become second nature. Emotional detachment is a vital tool in your toolkit of Stoic ways to deal with toxic family and friends. After all, you can't control how others act, but you can control your response. And that's a powerful thing. Number 4, use the power of silence. As we continue with our journey through the 9 Stoic ways to deal with toxic family and friends, let's pause and appreciate the power of silence. When faced with toxicity, our instinct might be to argue, to fight, to try and make the other person see our point of view. But sometimes silence speaks louder than words. Silence is not passive, it's a choice. A conscious decision not to engage in negative interactions. It's like building an invisible barrier that toxic behaviors can't penetrate. Here's how you can use silence to your advantage. Don't respond immediately. When someone says something hurtful, instead of replying instantly, take a deep breath and stay quiet. This pause can disrupt the cycle of negativity. Listen, don't react. Often, toxic individuals want attention and a reaction. By choosing to listen without responding, you deny them that satisfaction. Walk away. If the situation escalates, it's okay to physically remove yourself from the scenario. Walking away can be the ultimate form of silent protest. Incorporating silence into your response strategy is a simple action with profound results. The beauty of silence: it gives you the power to control the narrative. And in a toxic relationship, that's a real game changer. Number 5. Cultivate self-compassion. Moving forward, we arrive at a crucial station: self-compassion. It's easy to lose our sense of self-worth in the face of constant criticism or belittlement. However, the Stoic philosophy teaches us to hold ourselves in high regard, regardless of external influences. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves kindly, much like we would a close friend. It's about acknowledging our worth and accepting that we too, like everyone else, are human and prone to mistakes. Here are a few ways to foster self-compassion. Speak kindly to yourself. When faced with criticism, instead of agreeing with the negative voices, counteract them with positive affirmations. Forgive yourself. We all stumble and make mistakes. Instead of dwelling on them, learn to forgive yourself and move on. Take care of your physical self. Exercise regularly, eat healthily, and get plenty of rest. A healthy body contributes to a healthy mind. Remember, you deserve kindness and respect, especially from yourself. Cultivating self-compassion is a vital step in our journey of dealing with toxic family and friends. It helps to reinforce the belief in our innate worth, providing us with the strength to withstand and overcome toxicity. Number 6. Seek support outside the toxic relationship. Our journey leads us to the next crucial piece of advice: seeking support outside the toxic relationship. Yes, you've heard it right. You don't have to walk this path alone. It's natural to feel isolated when dealing with toxicity, but remember, there are people around you who genuinely care for your well-being. These could be other family members, friends, mentors, or professional counselors. Here's how they can provide support. Offering a fresh perspective. Sometimes we're too close to a situation to see it clearly. People outside the relationship can provide a fresh viewpoint, helping us see things we may have missed, providing emotional support. When things get tough, it helps to have someone who listens without judgment. They can provide comfort, empathy, and understanding, giving practical assistance, from advice on setting boundaries to help with arranging professional help. Outside support can be practical and hands-on. So, don't hesitate to reach out. You'll be surprised at how much lighter you feel when you share your burden. Seeking support can help significantly. It's a brave and wise step towards regaining your peace and happiness. Number 7. Practice forgiveness, not for them, but for you. The 7th strategy in our series of dealing with toxic family and friends might not be the easiest one, but it's certainly one of the most powerful: practicing forgiveness. Now you might be thinking, why should I forgive someone who's caused me harm? The answer, my friend, is simple. Forgiveness is not about them. It's about you. It's about freeing yourself from the heavy chains of resentment and bitterness that keep you tied to the past. When you forgive, you're not condoning their toxic behavior or forgetting the pain they've caused. Rather, you're making a conscious decision to let go of the anger and hurt that's been holding you back. It's a way of saying, I choose to focus on my peace, happiness, and growth, rather than dwelling on past wrongs. To practice forgiveness, acknowledge the hurt and pain caused by the toxic person. Accept that you cannot change the past. Make a conscious decision to let go of resentment and anger. Remember, forgiveness is a process, and it may take time. But every step you take brings you closer to peace and freedom. It's truly a Stoic way to handle toxic family and friends because it allows you to regain control over your emotional state. So, give yourself the gift of forgiveness. It's one of the most empowering decisions you can make on this journey. Number 8. Apply the dichotomy of control is understanding and applying the dichotomy of control. Understanding what's in your control. The dichotomy of control involves recognizing the difference between what you can and cannot control. Spoiler alert, you can't control other people's actions, words, or behaviors. The sooner you accept this, the better equipped you'll be in dealing with toxic individuals. Focusing on your reactions. What you do have control over, however, are your reactions to these people. Instead of letting their negativity affect you, take a step back and choose how you want to respond. Letting go of what's out of your control. It's natural to want to change the toxic people in your life. But remember, this isn't within your control. Letting go of this desire can be incredibly liberating. Allowing people to be who they are without letting it affect your peace of mind is a powerful skill. The dichotomy of control is an incredibly effective strategy in the Stoic playbook. It helps you focus on what truly matters: your actions, your responses, and your peace of mind. It's time to progress to the next strategy. Buckle up. Number 9. Decide when to cut ties. The step in our might seem harsh, but sometimes it's a necessary action. Deciding when to cut ties is all about self-preservation and maintaining your mental and emotional health. Not all relationships are meant to last forever, and that's okay. In fact, it's a natural part of life. Some people come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And when their time is up, we must be brave enough to let them go. Cutting ties doesn't mean you wish ill for them. It just means you're acknowledging that their presence in your life is causing more harm than good. This decision isn't easy, but it's often necessary in order to protect your well-being. When considering whether to cut ties, evaluate the overall impact of the relationship on your life. Consider if the toxicity is a recurring pattern or a one-time incident. Reflect on your attempts to resolve the issue and whether they've been successful. If you come to the conclusion that cutting ties is the best option, do so respectfully and firmly. Remember, your peace and mental health are paramount. Sometimes, the most Stoic way to handle toxic family and friends is to love them from a distance. It's not about being mean or spiteful, but about prioritizing your well-being. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Vogue for more of such intriguing and life-changing Stoic lessons.